Yo, what is up? Welcome to the Tony Law Show. What is this show? Why is there need for another show on YouTube? Why is there a need? So, put simply, my show here on YouTube is going to be the Tony Law Procrastination Hour. Just like how Tony Robbins has his own kind of little Tony Robbins productivity, 1 hour for power, hour of power, hour for power. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to have my show, and it's all about unproductivity, all about procrastination. It's a show where you sit back, you relax, you listen to stupid shit about why you should procrastinate. No. It's pretty much all about procrastination. It's an environment where, maybe you finished a hard day at work and you're like, okay, I don't want anything stimulating, brain stimulation. I just want to hear someone talk. Maybe you find my voice soothing. Maybe it helps you fall asleep. Maybe the content is so bad that you want to fall asleep, and this is the kind of content that you want to consume so you can sleep. Whatever is the case, this is all about me and my own procrastination and just basically spending an hour virtually with someone that is procrastinating, that is not really doing anything particularly productive or have a goal. This is my version of The Random Show by Tim Ferriss. This is the 2.0, 1.0 kind of version as Siri is going off by itself. So basically, there is no aim. There is no real thing. You're just going to listen to me ramble. Enjoy that, I hope. Previously, actually earlier today, I recorded another version. That went on for a little while, actually, and turns out there was no sound. So, this is my first video. A little bit winded because last time I was a little bit hyper, it was early in the morning. Now it's about 3-ish, almost 4. I was on my first cup of coffee. I've only had 1 cup. But I had a little bit of carbs and I ate a little bit, so a little bit more tired, not as energetic as I was before. I wasn't ready to go. But what was I covering earlier today? I was looking at some vibration plates. I was making some inquiries about obtaining a vibration plate. Now I'm looking at some standing desk, possibly acquiring a standing desk. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not. I'm not particularly sure if I want one. Where the hell is Belmont? Let me have a look. So this is the beginnings of my ramblings. This is the beginning. Oh, that's in Hunter, which is freaking far from me. It's not even in Sydney. Be perfect to get a standing desk here, either down south or in Sydney CBD or somewhere, right? Not too far away. Standing desk. Studio monitor stand for $30. Cool. Not that I need one, but cool. You can get a desk stand for $30. I wonder what that's all about. I don't know exactly what I want. Like an adjustable table. Adjustable table. So basically it's just me going through laptop table. Me going through doing different things, having just me rambling on about random shit. Maybe I'll have something to eat later and a drink. I don't know, maybe. Adjustable stool. IKEA. I know, it'd be great to have a standing desk. I mean, this is like in the Central Coast, it's like 99 bucks. It's not even close to me though. Let's go up to 150. Let's look for a standing desk. I don't want a desk table, I want a standing desk table. They can go up and down. Adjustable table, 15 minutes ago was listed. Let's see. He wants it for 15 bucks. I'm going to ask this guy for details. I'm going to ask him whereabouts are you located? So maybe he's far away. Foldable study table. It's kind of cool. Adjustable legs. What does that mean? On this table. Yeah, so basically the whole premise of this whole thing is it's just gonna be me talking. I wonder how much one of those treadmill desks are. For 600 bucks I can buy a treadmill desk. $200 I can buy another treadmill desk. I feel like these desks are missing the key component where I want it to be a freaking desk as well. I don't want a treadmill. I want a treadmill desk. Let's see. Vibration plates. I was looking at vibration plates earlier. Send this girl a message. Can we shipped to having 7 Hills. This guy says he's from 7 Hills. You're kidding. That's actually in Sydney, supposedly. Or Sydney CBD. It's a bit far. Brand new IKEA table, new desk. $55 for tabletop, $12 for 4 adjustable legs. I don't know, whole package. Yeah, what the hell am I gonna do with that? Adjustable table really is adjustable, right? For vibration plate. Bonnell's point. Within 30 miles of me. Vibration plate, whole body vibration. Yeah, this vibration plate is like $70. They're selling for $100. Yep. Wollongong. Vibro disc. So this vibro disc is saying you can do it, get the same benefits for. Oh no. Okay, let's look at product specifications. 5 to 10 hertz, speed range, 300 watts, 230, cable length, wattage, shipping weight, 32 kilos. Yeah, okay, speed range, 5 to 10 hertz, oscillating. So it's 5 to 10 hertz. It oscillates at 5 to 10 hertz. This one. Vibration plate. Yeah, that's not very helpful at all, is it? No. So this is just basically me asking for a better deal. Yeah. Yeah. Centennial Square. Whole body vibration. Dural. Okay, that's just someone telling me about the desk. It's too big, it's too heavy, can't bring it to the Sydney CBD. Pick up from the ponds. You have no idea where that is. Okay, used machine only twice. Yeah, okay, body shaper. I don't know, like, I'm hoping, what I'm trying to get out of it is that I stand on it and I get out of a funk, if I'm in a funk or something like that. Fortis vibration plate. G-Mark Fitness. Like, I don't want it specifically to work out on or to do anything special. I don't need a vibration plate for that. I have my own workouts. Like, that's cool. Man, a lot of these plates are from people out west, a central coast, not even close to me. Let's go within 20 kilometers of me. Vibrating exercise platform. Croydon Park. Belmore or Croydon Park pickup. $70, $80. This one is about, it's like $100. Where the hell is this one located? Balmain, pick up Sydney South West. Vibro it is for $100. I don't know. Do I care that much about having a vibration plate? All these people that are on vibration plates are pretty fat, actually, to be honest.
I train a lot of people in their 20s and their 60s, athletes, beginners, people that are coming back from an injury. And the first impression they always have when I take them onto the power plate is, why is the vibration helping me out? And I explain to them that it's forcing their body to work harder, and they still don't believe me. But when they come back the next day and they really feel how sore they are, they're sold. They love it. They love that the vibration is making them work harder without actually having to have a weight in their hands or on their back. As I'm getting older, squatting 300 pounds or deadlifting 400 pounds, it's starting to give me aches and pains I haven't felt before. So now with the vibration training, I hop on, I take the weight, divide it by 2, and it feels just as hard, and I feel just as sore the next day. And by cutting the weight in half, I've actually reduced the stress, so I don't feel the aches and pains, and my joints feel healthier, and I'm sure they'll last longer. I have a lot of clients that train on the personal power plate, and the number one exercise that I'll always start or end their workout with is the bodyweight squat. It really gets me sweating, and it works out my calves, my quads, and my hamstrings. There's a lot of fads in the fitness industry, and most of them die out because they don't actually work. But because of the vibration and the science behind it, this one's...
Thanks, Tommy. That was quite the end. They took down the photo of the guy going like, I think it was like this, right? I've been wanting to do this all morning after seeing that. I want the yellow spandex over fires that are made to look a lot bigger on television than they actually are. But that's what I do now is Spartan racing. I live in Spokane, Washington. My wife helps me out with a lot of kind of like our healthy cooking tips. If you want to maintain your oxygen utilization as you age, remember everything we're talking about is not for like a professional athlete. We're talking about if you want all the parts of your human biology to really be working well from a cardiovascular standpoint.
Like I'm watching
4 to 6 minutes recovery. You can do it
Ben
bicycling, jogging,
Greenfield
swimming, whatever you want,
now.
tire flipping. The next one is
You know what?
obviously, as you
I
have heard already,
really
you're going to see
feel
more and more if you really delve into this anti-aging sector.
a lot more
Longevity specifically, you want some of this fast primal human ability to be able to walk and navigate and hunt and fish and do all the things that we had to do for much longer periods of time back in the day. Defense mechanism that makes it want to get pooped out by mammals so it can grow elsewhere after you've consumed it. Right? So quinoa is nutrient dense, but it's not digestible.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I don't feel.
And moving before after meal is very important as well. Two other things. When you hear the phrase that
is going to help.
No, I'm not one of those biohackers that walks around all the time with wires attached to my head because I always ask myself, how much am I getting exposed to electrical fields and electrical signals the human body wasn't meant to be exposed to? You know, like I don't wear a Fitbit or a Jawbone. I was telling some people out there earlier during the lunch break, I've got this dorky cereal box giant ring on. I know some of you also have it on too. But one reason I wear a ring like this to self-quantify is because on a little app I can put it in airplane mode. Right? So unlike an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or a Jawbone, I'm not getting bombarded by Wi-Fi or by Bluetooth signals all day long. A few of the other big wins that I'd say for you, number one would be use an Ethernet cable whenever you can. So I always travel with a little dongle that will attach to my laptop and allow me to plug in via an Ethernet cable rather than through wires. Very, very simple way to limit the amount of exposure that your head gets. Because if you look at the label on like an iPhone, you're supposed to keep it like an inch away from your skull, and it's very hard to do. And then the Bluetooth headsets that you wear, obviously just emitting a signal all the time. So use these AirTube headsets. A few other things, I've got a phone case. Right? I use one called a Defender Shield. They're also very, very cheap. No, don't laugh, but they work. They're little Faraday cages. You can buy them on Amazon. The air that you breathe. Number one would be the use of essential oils. So I have an essential oil air diffuser in my bedroom. But mouth taping at night, you should look it up. It actually works. It sounds funny, but it actually works. So next up is
red light, blue light, software, TV blocker, near infrared, whatever. Is he going to talk about... I'm just waiting for him to talk about vibration machines. If so, we're talking about light, water, shower head filter, sports Berkey. Let's see. I wonder what this does. I'm curious about it.
Into this concept, but the idea is that your body can become more hydrated. And remember, your body's a human battery, and so the water that you're drinking is a little bit more favorable from an electrical charge standpoint when you drink water that's been structured. The other thing that you can do, and this is kind of a cool little trick, again, to make water very, very nourishing and absorbable by the human body, is you can put minerals in it, right? like salts, for example, and this is called tons of water, and you set out in the sunlight, right? So you charge the water with infrared rays with a little bit of salt in it, then you take it back inside, and that's your water for the week. And we actually do that in our house. We'll take the structured water, we put it in the big mason jars, and I actually have these big rock caves that I built outside that we'll put the water inside, and we expose it to the sunlight. It's just amazing water. You feel amazing when you drink it. So haven't figured out a way to travel with it with a huge rock water charging station yet, but it's really great to build at home. Plus, it's a workout. I mentioned the glass bottled water. Two other things I recommend because I travel a lot. Number one is a good shower head filter because your skin is a mouth, right? So the water that goes onto your body, it's important to take into consideration, right? So if you're bathing in chlorine, for example, it's coming out of the shower head, you want to filter that water. So there are companies like Fix, as an example, F-I-X-T. They make a really good little shower head filter that you can take with you when you're traveling, so you're not bathing in dirty water if you're going to places that don't have good water. The other thing is a travel water bottle that's got a good filter on it, right? So Berkey is a great company. For example, when I'm walking through the airport, if I don't want to pay $7.99 to get a bottled water at the airport, I can just walk up to the water fountain and use one of these BPA-free Berkey water bottle filters, fill that up with water, and that actually has like a carbon stick that filters out a lot of impurities in the water as you drink it, right? So I'm very, very cognizant all the time. Like the number one thing that I probably put into my body most during the day, aside from a nasal probe, is water, right? So taking into consideration the cleanliness and the alkalinity and the mineral content and the natural nature of the water that you drink is actually really important. So we've got air, we've got light, electricity, water. You learn about nutrition and you learn about movement. And when it comes to anti-aging and longevity, there are three additional things that I consider to be highly important because when we look at these blue zones, right, these for books, you probably know what those look like. And the third thing is, what am I grateful for? And the simple act of gratefulness has been shown to do a ton of business or health or fitness. I'm reading like inspirational, decrease the number of sick days that you have. It's amazing. But I start off my day with those three questions. Right, what truth did I discover? Who can I help or serve? And what am I grateful for? Number two is heart rate variability. So because I'm a nerd, I actually quantify this stuff. So every morning while I'm doing my gratitude journaling, I track what's called my heart rate variability, which allows me to measure the strength of my sympathetic and my parasympathetic nervous system, how stressed out my body is during the day, right? Because this is a great way to know if what you're doing is working.
I'm pretty
to know what's going on with the effects of a supplement you may have had the day before on your nervous system, how stressed out you are, what your body is able to handle that day. If my heart rate variability is very, very low, I'll avoid doing a lot of very, very intense emailing and consulting and things like that during the day and kind of rearrange my day to be a little bit more stress-free from things like hard workouts or hard work. So heart rate variability, look into it. Very, very simple to track. I use an app called NatureBeat, a little heart rate monitor. That's just 5 minutes. It's actually as short as 3 minutes. Every single morning, you test your heart rate variability. And then, of course, the final thing that we see that you may have heard about when it comes to these characteristics that we see in the blue zones is this idea of relationships, right? The rest of the day, I would encourage you, the website that you can go to it's a very interesting device. Look it up, photobiomodulation. I mentioned they can increase testosterone, they can increase sperm production when you expose your crop cleanliness and the alkalinity and the mineral content and the natural nature of the water that you drink is actually really important. So we've got air, we've got light, electricity, water. You learn about nutrition and you learn about movement. And when it comes to anti-aging and longevity, there are three additional things that I consider to be highly important because when we look at these, when you step out into the sun, you're getting UVA, you're getting UVB, you're getting near infrared, you're getting far infrared. When you're indoors, amazing when you get out of that, and it's great for injuries, for sweating, for detoxification. The other thing is something called photobiomodulation. And this is a relatively new technology originally developed for Alzheimer's or dementia patients, but it's this thing that you can wear on your head. And I have one at home. When I get home from a lot of travel, I'll use it. It's like a cup of coffee for the brain. There's a company called Vilite, V-I-E Light, Vilite, and they make this headset device that you wear. It comes with a little nasal probe that you can stick up your nose. Like Tommy mentioned, I like to put things in various orifices of my body, and it shines exposed to your body to this 10 hertz light wave that enhances alertness. And they're showing a few other things that you need to be aware of when you're taking into consideration the air that you breathe. And sitting there and frying your sex organs with a laptop, whether you're on a plane or at a conference, on that standalone HEPA air filter. In the central air unit in my house, I have what's called an Aller Air, A-L-L-E. Okay, so those are some of the biggies. Next, I want to get into some of the woo-woo stuff, some of the woo-woo stuff that also is going to be a big win for you. One would be electricity. I keep your energy safe. It's not true. You don't need to do that. So I eat 2 to 3 times a day. It's a great big meal, 2 to 3 times a day. Give my digestive system a break, teach my body how to burn fats as a fuel. But moderate your calorie intake. Okay, so those are some of the biggies. Next, I want to get into is actually doing throughout the week. It's extremely important.
Okay, moderate calorie intake, choose oils wisely. So this is the Ben Greenfield stuff. Me procrastinating a little bit. So these are the nutrients he's talking about. I want to hear him talk about movement, which is probably like which is the beginning of his presentation.
But a stupid home, meaning that, like I've got all the walls lined. It kind of pisses people off who come over to the house because the walls are lined with like metal shielded Ethernet cable, right? So there's no Wi-Fi. The only way you can get on the internet is by plugging into the wall, and there's no like little Amazon button to order things through Bluetooth because there's none of the appliances are smart appliances. There's HEPA air filters, and we've got all sorts of funny things around like water charging stations and ways to mitigate your exposure to EMF. Actually, a lot of the things.
Okay, so this girl went to
Cheltenham. When I go home, I feel like a freaking $1,000,000. I mean, you feel like you're supposed to feel, and I would love for all of you to experience the same thing. And
it's a super high, expensive private school.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about, like I mentioned, 7 different things that I've found to really give you the most bang for your buck when it comes to your health, when it comes to your longevity, when it comes to your aesthetics, your body composition, all the things that really allow you to operate as a fully optimized human. Now, the first is movement, is exercise. Because some people do a copious amount of aerobic exercise. How many of you in here do like marathons and triathlons or 5Ks or bike races or things like that? A lot of aerobic type of competition. A lot of people do weight training. But what I've found is that there are, based on research, a few key principles that if you work these into your weekly protocol, you will have fully optimized fitness. Okay? So the main things are, the first is VO2. VO2 is your maximum oxygen utilization, how much air your lungs can take in, the ability of your tissues to be able to extract oxygen from the blood as it passes through, and also your ability to be able to utilize that oxygen. So maximum oxygen utilization is something that ideally you sustain at a relatively high level as you age, and the best way to train VO2 max, you only need to do this about once every 2 weeks. 4 to 6 efforts of about 4 to 6 minutes in duration with 4 to 6 minutes of rest. Okay, so write that down for yourself as a note. One thing for you to do once every couple of weeks if you want to maintain your oxygen utilization as you age. Remember, everything we're talking about is not for like a professional athlete. We're talking about if you want all the parts of your human biology to really be working well from a cardiovascular standpoint, 4 to 6 minute efforts with 4 to 6 minutes recovery. You can do it bicycling, jogging, swimming, whatever you want, tire flipping. The next one is mitochondrial density. Obviously, as you may have heard already and that you're going to see more and more if you really delve into this anti-aging sector, increasing the density and the number of your mitochondria is very important, the powerhouses of your cells. When it comes to mitochondria, what research has shown is one of the best ways to increase mitochondrial density is very, very short efforts that are hard, followed by long recovery periods. And again, these don't need to be done that often. It's not like an everyday thing. About once to 2 times every couple of weeks, right? So about the same frequency as you do these VO2 max type workouts, you do 30 seconds of hard exercise followed by 4 minutes of rest. And you only need to do that for about 4 to 5 rounds, right? So you get on a bicycle, you go all out for 30 seconds, and then 4 minutes of recovery. Then all out for 30 seconds, and then 4 minutes of recovery. So that's your mitochondrial density, right? So this is going to allow you to create your own fitness plan that's designed specifically for maintaining maximum fitness as you age. Now, the final component of your cardiovascular fitness is your muscular endurance. The way that you train this, again, is very simple. Has anybody here ever done a Tabata set? T-A-B-A-T-A, Tabata? Okay, and it kind of sucks, right? But it's 20 seconds, as hard as you can go, followed by very, very short recovery periods, right? So for the mitochondrial density, we do long recovery periods. For the Tabata set, short recovery periods. So 20 seconds hard, 10 seconds easy for 4 minutes. And that's it, a little warm up, a little cool down. Now, for you to maintain muscular endurance, this would be about 2 to 3 times a week. You could do this in the morning, you could do it in the evening, but you choose 2 to 3 times a week that you do a Tabata set. And that's all you need to do for cardio, right? One VO2 max session once every 1 to 2 weeks, one mitochondrial density session once every 1 to 2 weeks, and one of these Tabata sets, preferably 2 to 3 times a week. Okay, so you're gonna be firing on all cylinders if you do that. Now, there's a few other things you want to train. Number 1 is strength. Now, when it comes to strength, there's 2 different things you want to focus on. Number one, your explosive, fast twitch, powerful muscle. There's a very interesting study. I'll link to it in the resources page on guinea pigs, where they show that this fast twitch, like wiry, explosive muscle is actually more important than like muscle bulk that you have to carry and that you have to cool. So when it comes to longevity specifically, you want some of this fast twitch, explosive muscle fiber, but you also want to do what I called, when I interviewed this guy right here, Doug McGuff, a combination of kind of like cardio and strength at the same time by also lifting weights very, very slowly. And so for a weight training protocol that targets both parts of your muscular coordination, once a week you do a very, very super duper slow, right? Like 30 seconds down, 30 seconds up type of protocol where you're just hitting a few different body parts, right? Like chest press, shoulder press, row, pull down, leg press, right? So we're talking about 12 to 20 minutes of exercise for that strength training session. The other one that you do is something much lighter, but faster and more explosive. Did anybody read the New York Times article that came out a couple of years ago on the 7-minute workout? It's like 14 different exercises.
The Bionic Gym. I'm looking at that right now. I'm looking at reviews right now. Can't believe. I can't decide if you're a genius or a thieving shithead, I guess. That's what it's trying to say. Delivery was promised in July. When I backed, updates were regular. Updates slowed, and delivery is delayed to September. Now we're in September. Updates are still lengthy and full of impressive sounding words, but no actual information. I'm starting to think you're a fraud unless you get a commitment to a delivery date for UK package by the end of the month. I'm going to ask for refund. Please don't let us all down. You're saying that this guy is saying for the Bionic Gym, Louis Crow. He's saying thanks for the patience. Yes, it's been difficult, very difficult journey. Working super hard and we'll have it to our friends in the UK shortly. All the best, Louis. Someone saying a Greek tragedy of never ending. The only concrete thing here are the dollars that you keep earning as time pass and pass. Hi again, Chris. Welcome back. It's been 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Firmware. So these still no real kind of updates on this Bionic Gym. So should I invest? Probably not. Let's see what all project types. Let's see what I can back. Indiegogo versus Kickstarter. Earphones with wireless charge. Waterproof Bluetooth earphones. Foldable a keyboard. World's slimmest car charger. Yeah, there's not much incredible shit here. Okay, let's watch some.
You do 30 seconds of each one as fast and explosive as you can, with 10 seconds of rest after each. So you're just kind of bam, 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 bam. Super great example of an explosive bodyweight workout that is very, very quick, right? And then I put this together for you guys as an example of something you can do. And with literally, we're talking about less than an hour a day, being able to maintain extremely high levels of fitness by utilizing some of these protocols, right? So about once a week, maximum 2 times a week, you do like a super slow strength protocol, and once a week, maximum 2 times a week, you do one of these explosive bodyweight type of sessions. Lots of specifics that I'll give you as far as like articles that go into that on the resources page for this. And then 3 other areas that you want to focus on. Number 1 is stamina. I like to think of this as your maximum fat burning capacity. You're really be able to go for long periods of time, burning your own fat as a fuel. That primal human ability to be able to walk and navigate, hunt and fish, and do all the things that we had to do for much longer periods of time back in the day. So they tell me. But I mean, having been hunting before, I can tell you right now that it is actually it's a cool ability to be able to just head out and go for long periods of time with minimal amounts of fuel. So for this, the way that I do this with my clients is once every 1 to 2 weeks, I have them get up in a fasted state and go out and do something easy for a long time, like a long hike or a long bike ride. We're talking anywhere from 1 to 3 hours without taking in any food, right? Just drinking water. It's a really good way to begin to get your body to burn fats very, very efficiently as a fuel from an exercise standpoint. So we've got those different components. And then the last 2 things that you want to focus on for a full fitness protocol. And remember, this one single page could comprise everything that you do for your fitness, aside from maybe playing sports every once in a while, for the rest of your life. This will hit all parameters. So the next one is balance. You want to make sure that you're challenging your coordination, your balance, and that includes like your ears, your eyes, your joints. One of the best ways to do this is to simply include components during the day that force you to kind of second guess, kind of wobble a little bit. For example, at my desk, I have a standing workstation, right? And it's like a little playground. There's one of these things called a fluid stance. Anybody ever use a balance board while you're working? Perfect example of something that challenges your balance throughout the day. Right, standing on one leg when you brush your teeth, or standing on the other leg when you're making dinner. I've got another mat by my office. It's this foam mat called a Kaiboon mat, made in Switzerland, and it has the ability to just kind of shift under your feet as you stand there during the day, and it challenges again a lot of those little balancing postural muscles. So you figure out ways you can work balance in throughout the day. And then the final component is something we talked about. I took a lot of folks on a bike ride yesterday. When I finished up the bike ride, I told everybody I do 2 things each day. Anybody on the bike ride remember? So you didn't know there was going to be a test. 2 things I do each day. All right, you all fail. I get really cold and I get really hot. Okay, exposing our bodies to extremes of temperature has a really cool effect in terms of increasing stress resilience, nitric oxide production, blood flow, and that's my rule every day. But I have more rules than that. For example, every day I try to do something that makes my brain hurt. Right, so I travel with a harmonica and I try to learn a song in the harmonica at the end of the day. Right, or I'll read something I'm not used to reading, like in an area that I'm not used to reading. Like I'm trying to study cryptocurrency right now. Right, which just makes smoke come out my ears because I'm a fitness and a health guy. But I go out of my way to kind of make smoke come out of my ears at least once a day, so I get that brain-derived neurotrophic factor and the neural growth. But I also get cold every day. Okay, so this morning before I came here, I turned on your fantastically cold Icelandish shower water. You guys, the water gets cold here. Kudos. I love it. And you can drink it straight from the faucet. And I sit there for 5 minutes, right? So I turn around in circles. I get the lymph nodes. I get the back of the neck. I get the butt crack. I get all the areas that really don't want to get cold. And that's a perfect example of applying a mild hormetic stress to your body. Meaning it's a stress to your body. If I were to stand in the shower all day long, I'd probably be sick and tired, and my nervous system would be shot by the end of the day. But that little bout at the beginning of the day, I do that, and then I also get hot every day. So I make it a point to either using exercise in hot weather, or using a sauna, or using something that makes me sweat. My rule every day is I have to actually break a sweat. I have to open up the pores and break a sweat. Right? So you get cold every day and you get hot every day. You put all that stuff together, and you're going to nail every component that you need to nail when it comes to fitness. Okay, so does that all make sense? I'm going to go out after this and go do a Tabata set on the way home, sprint and walk. So that's movement. The next component is nutrients. And again, I'm going to have to give you guys the best, biggest tips that I can in this talk. So when it comes to nutrients, and it comes to your diet,
maybe I chill out with some Netflix.
I would like to have you meet one of the finest musicians that I've ever known, Mr. Quincy Jones.
Mr. Quincy Jones.
You know that story about the kid?
You heard it. I'm in the city. I've been sent to secure the island.
Can I see your ID?
What was that?
We must not give in. We must fight.
I'm gonna make him see what is.
Yeah. The Good Cop. Let's watch that.
It's a range record. Highest your old man ever got was an 800. He probably cheated. I know he cheated. You can go. The light's busted. You can go. It's been busted all week. I'm gonna give it a minute. What do you mean? You don't believe me? If you told me you were lying, I wouldn't believe you. Oh, that's very nice. Nice way to talk to your father.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Procrastinating, you want to eat? Be right back. I'm going to fix some food, maybe some broccoli. Welcome back to the Tony Law Show. As I had a little bit of a break there, cooking some broccoli, procrastinating. But you know what? I will go to sleep early tonight anyways. I'm gonna blow my nose. How interesting. It's an interesting way of blowing my nose. Let's look at some interesting stuff. Alright, so I've had enough about little Mr. Ben Greenfield. Let's watch some Netflix.
I saw Chet Finch. Said you broke the record at the practice range, huh?
You talked to Chet Finch?
Didn't surprise me. You could always shoot. Remember Boy Scout camp? You won all those medals?
Badges. Oh, if you were there, you would know.
Well, it's not going to matter now anyway, is it? Because we're both going to die right here in this car. They're going to find us tomorrow morning staring at this concoct light, dead of starvation.
You're not supposed to have contact with anyone in the department.
It wasn't contact.
It's a condition of your parole.
It wasn't contact. I mean, we weren't exchanging bodily fluids. We talked for 10 minutes.
That's contact, Dad. Conversation is contact, especially with Chet Finch. He was on your crew, for God's sake.
Hey, the guy buys me a Heineken. I'm going to sit down. That's the way God made me. Especially if he's bragging on my boy. Oh, look, now they're honking. Come on. You can go. You're a cop.
Exactly. I'm a cop.
Now, what do you think? What do you think? Running this red light's going to turn you into me? Anthony, you're all I got. No man can untie that knot. There's a problem on the block. You know I've got your back. On that day the chips are down and your friends cannot be found. You don't have to turn around. I've always got your back. Kid, I've had to scrape and fight, but when I look at you tonight, I know there's one thing I got right. I've always got your back. I've always got your back. I've always got your back.
I mean,
Hey, I'll see you down there.
the show is off to a bit of a slow start. I don't quite get it. The body, okay. This chocolate's so damn good.
Oh, I love you, man. No, you don't have to say it back. I just love you. No, I'm telling you, I love you. Hey, I'll catch you later. The girl from Ipanema just woke up. Okay. Hey, good morning. Wendell Kirk. Found us a new TV, 66 inches.
We don't need a new TV.
It was a gift. What was I supposed to say? Come on, sit down. TJ, sit. Come on, every cop knows. Never pass up a real breakfast. Catch a case, you never know when you'll eat again. Oh, wait. Come on. Don't eat that dry. Put a little butter on it. Put a little butter. Come on.
Hey, when's your interview?
Around 10.
Not around 10. That is 10. It's a job interview.
Would you relax? You're making a coffee nervous.
Just saying, Cora went through a lot of trouble to get that far.
It's Cora now.
Inspector Vasquez.
How sweet, huh? My son and my parole officer.
Do you have a real shirt? Yeah. With a collar?
Yes, I have a real shirt with the collar. Hey, who's the parent here?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I'm good.
Why, because they say IHOP? But you are pathological. You know that? I mean, really, they're just sugar packets. Everybody takes a couple.
It doesn't make it right. You break one rule, they all break.
Hey, do me a favor. Don't quote your mother to me. I was married to the woman for 29 years.
Yeah, you were married to her, but I listened to her.
You know what, St. Francis? This time I'm calling you bluff. All right, you come with me. We'll go back to the IHOP, and we'll find the manager. He can stop looking. The case of the missing sugar packets has been solved, huh? I did it. I confess. Wait a minute. We got a problem. Oh, no, look. Napkins from the Dunkin' Donuts in Fairfield. Don't worry. I'll mail it to them.
So. Yeah, I'm catching. 10 minutes.
Wear your vest.
Where's Detective Loomis? He's in the blue sedan. You lose a button, officer? No, sir. That's an infraction. Thank you, Mother. Burl. Burl! What are you doing? You sleeping? What if somebody sees you? They'll pull your badge.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. I'd have to retire early.
Let me ask you something. When you do finally retire, how will anyone know?
So, goody two shoes call.
Lieutenant, I'm glad you're here. It's a real freak show.
Uphill. It's always uphill.
At least we know he didn't do it. Any ID? Not yet. Looks like a taxpayer. What the hell's wrong with this town?
Nothing that a well-placed hydrogen bomb couldn't cure. Time
Wow.
of death?
I'm guessing. 2 days?
It's a Saturday.
Maybe. This wasn't the primary. He must have been killed somewhere else. No scuff marks. They must have carried him. Who found him?
A couple of skateboarders. It's illegal in the park, so they ride early.
Got a statement. Separately. Separate cars. And, stay away from that bush.
Did you see something?
Yeah. It's poison sumac.
Perks of having a Boy Scout for a partner.
They parked down the hill, carried him 35, maybe 40 yards. Why'd they leave him here? Out in the open, another 30 yards, they're in the river.
Maybe they were interrupted.
Maybe. Or they wanted him to be found.
And this guy is a goody two shoes. Serious goody two shoes. Where does this go?
I got three. How many remotes did this TV
Doesn't
come
matter
with?
how many. It's only one we're
Doesn't
looking for
matter.
that works.
Yeah, but look at those
The
ones.
first one's everything
Now what did you do?
Wait.
I left you 2 messages.
My phone died.
Goody
I
two
think it's
shoes.
broken.
Really?
Who is this?
This is Cora Vasquez. I'm his parole officer.
Hey, you allowed to do that?
Doubt it. What's your name?
Wendell Kirk.
Wendell Kirk. Do you have a receipt for this monitor?
It was a floor model. I don't give receipts.
You always get a receipt.
Not from Target.
Listen, you need a receipt. Give me 12 hours. I can
receipt.
get you a receipt.
Hack it up, Wendell.
Oh, it's a 60.
I know you're cleaning it for me.
I called the lumberyard. They said you showed up but left before the interview.
Here's the thing. I got there. Turns out the guy who manages the place, a guy named Randy Buttons. I don't know Randy Buttons too well, but I know his wife, Julie Buttons. She's somebody I know really well. Take it easy, don't fool.
He's gonna fall and break it.
Go on.
So I just bailed. Believe me, I saved everyone a world of trouble.
So we have to find an employer whose wife you never tapped.
It's a big city. Gotta be somebody. Hey, Cora, Inspector, give me some credit here. I'm walking the line. He asked me to sell my liquor license. I sold it. No problem. He asked me to move in with my kid. Here I am. Come on, I'm walking the line. He gave me 90 days to find a job. I'll do it. I'm on it. I still got 3 weeks left.
3 weeks, Tony.
3 weeks.
I got it. I got it.
That was pretty high.
You want a copy of that one?
Shut up. Is that Jack Livingston? I thought you hated him.
Hatred is too weak a word.
Then why?
I keep that photo there to remind me what's important in life.
Yeah, what's that?
To outlive that creep.
Let's meet our mystery guest.
Holy crispy crap.
Donna, thank you for coming in and thank you for identifying Jack's body. I know that wasn't easy.
I didn't have much choice. You made that clear.
You want some water? Something stronger?
You're Italians, huh?
Let me start by saying how sorry we are. I'm speaking for everyone here.
Save your tears, Captain. Jack was dead to you 8 years ago, the second he agreed to testify.
Nobody in this room feels that way. You know TJ Caruso, Burl Loomis, this is their department. It's called the All City Homicide Squad. They're the best of the best. It's an indication of how seriously we're taking this.
Was Jack worried about anything?
No.
Did he have any enemies?
Did he have any enemies? Is that your question? You're asking me that with him in the room? Ask him. Ask his father. Everybody heard him in court how he threatened Jack's life. The bastard makes parole and then 2 months later. 2 months later.
All right. Why don't we finish this up tomorrow?
So Goody Two-Shoes' father, huh?
This is Officer Geary. He's going to make sure you get home. For the record, I'm not yelling. I don't yell anymore. We need this in the bag immediately, and she was right about your old man. We got to talk to him.
I'll take care of it. Can you handle the autopsy?
Lieutenant, your father, his hands are clean on this, right?
Absolutely.
What's on Netflix tonight?
Try to stop me if you've heard this one.
One,
I'm
two,
on the job 6
Ozark.
weeks, right? Barely out of pajamas. I'm on foot patrol. It's a little before midnight. I clocked this beat-up Plymouth. Jersey plates parked under
Oh,
the
it's
bridge.
like a DPA
Trusty
ad.
flashlight. I
The
walk
email
over. I rap on the glass.
from
In the
Netflix.
back seat,
They ain't
there's
good.
a girl doing her homework. Yeah, in the front seat, there's a kid, some Jersey punk, just sitting there listening to music. I say to the kid, "Hey, what are you doing?" Kid says, "Nothing." He says, "How old are you?" He says, 23. He says, "How old is she?" He says, "In 11 minutes, she's going to be 18. I say, "Good luck, brother. Go with God." Oh, look at that. Get the, oh, stop. Hold it. Holy mackerel, what are you doing? Hey, DJ, what are you doing here? Uh-oh. I know that look. My son does not approve.
Of what?
Of anything. Here, switch. I'll be back, guys. What's up?
What happened to your pants?
I lost the first 2 games. What's up?
I wanted you to hear this from me. Remember the phone call from this morning, body in the park?
Yeah?
It was Jack Livingston. It wasn't pretty. Abducted, suffocated, drugged, then shot.
I wouldn't have done it in that order, but still.
Jesus, Dad.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I got mixed feelings here. You caught the case?
Where would you start?
It's my case. I'd be looking at me.
I'm serious.
Who's got a better motive than me? I spent 7 birthdays in Cypher. That creep. All right, for argument's sake, let's say it wasn't me. You know, Livingston took 5 other cops down with me. Every one of them said they'd do him if they could.
You believe them?
At the time, but, you know, the years go by and grudges have a way of, what's the word? Dissipating.
I heard he was broke. He owed the Newmark brothers.
Serious people, but what you describe, you know, abducted, drugged, shot, I mean, none of me, it sounds personal. It sounds like a vendetta. You meet the wife?
Donna.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, she's a real people pleaser, that one. Half of Brooklyn would like a ride on that pony. All right, look, hey, gotta win back my pants. All right? Keep your chin down.
a bit extra.
Well, my old man was right. Bookies, cops, ex-cops, gangbangers, the whole borough had it in for this guy.
Lieutenant, Dr. Cornbluth just posted the autopsy.
I can't see it from here, Ryan.
Is that better?
Just read it to me.
Oh, sorry. Name of deceased, Jack Livingston. Well-nourished male, Caucasian, weight 178
Ryan, I just
pounds.
need the headlines, okay? Time of death?
Between 4 p.m. Saturday and 4 a.m. Sunday.
It's a pretty big window.
He had 8 mils of Nembutal in his blood.
Checked.
That shows. Okay, it's sitting on my side of the desk.
Okay, this right here is one of the best bowls I've ever made. Probably the best. Strawberries, pumpkin seeds, tempeh, miracle rice,
Wow.
cauliflower, red onion, olive oil, ghee, what else? Dr. Cowan's powders.
Yeah, great. Bit of turkey, huh?
Yo, so literally 45 seconds ago, I put in my information with this phone number into a lease for a vehicle I'm going to lease. And what happened, Tanner, 45 seconds later? Ring, ring. Ring, ring. They ain't got no leads. They called like that. Yo, so literally 45 seconds ago, I put in my information with this phone number into a lease for a vehicle I'm going to lease. And what happened, Tanner, 45 seconds later? Ring, ring. Ring, ring. They ain't got no leads. They called like that.
God damn. This girl's like really rubbing in everyone's face about being freaking vegan. It's so annoying. Ugh. Anyways, hour of unproductivity has finished. Yeah. Tony Robbins has his hour of power, hour of power. Yeah, that's right. Hour of power. And I have my hour of procrastination. No productivity at all. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you felt like you could chill out to me and you don't feel pressure. You can do whatever. You can just have me in the background, maybe like listening to my voice. Maybe you're like, okay, this guy's like really cool, you know, something similar. Maybe you can be unproductive with me. Maybe you're just like eating and you just want something in the background. Here I am delivering for you. So until the next episode of hour of procrastination and productivity. Welcome to Tony's channel of unproductivity and procrastination.